My beloved child, I want you to know that although the person you lost is no longer physically with you, their spirit remains present in your life. I have placed in your heart the memories and feelings you shared with that person so that you never feel alone. Sometimes, in moments of silence, you may feel a special peace, a sense of companionship that you cannot explain. That is my gift to you. I am always with you, and in that peace, the memory of the person you love so much is also present. It is natural to feel a void when someone you love is no longer in this world. However, the spiritual connection you feel is an eternal bond. I created the love you shared with that person, and that love never disappears. What you learned, what you felt, and everything you shared with them remains alive because nothing that comes from me is ever lost. Dear child, I would really appreciate your help in liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on the notification bell. I will be eternally grateful to you for this. Whenever you feel that person close, it is a sign that you have not been forgotten. Even though they no longer walk by your side, their memory still guides your steps. Sometimes, the smallest memories can bring you joy and comfort. Remember that when thoughts of that person come to your mind, it is not by chance. I allow that feeling to flourish within you so that you know you are connected to something greater, something beyond the visible. Now, my child, take a moment to remember one of those special moments you shared with that person. Feel my presence, for I am here to give you strength. The love and peace you feel come not only from memories but from my constant presence in your life. That person loved you and continues to do so, but now from a different place, a place filled with light, where I also dwell. If you feel that connection is still alive, right, I feel your presence, Lord. When you feel lonely or lost, don't forget that you can come to me in prayer. I am here to listen to you, to guide you, and to make that spiritual connection you feel a source of strength. Don't hold on to the pain of loss alone, but to the love you shared. That love was a gift I gave you, and it continues to bloom within you, like a seed that never dies. Life doesn't stop, but the bonds we form with those we love endure forever. Don't feel bad for crying or missing them. Those are ways I allow your heart to process the departure. But remember, you are not alone. I am here, and so is the person you love so much, in every ray of light that brightens your path. If you believe that love never dies, right, love lives on in me. My child, I want you to focus now on all the lessons you learned from that special person. Every word, every gesture, and every moment shared left marks that will never disappear. Even though they are no longer physically present, their influence continues to shape who you are today. Have you stopped to think about how many things you do or say that you learned from that person? I placed that person in your life so they could be a guide, a teacher of the most important values. Sometimes, when we think of someone who is no longer with us, we forget how much they taught us. But I ask you to remember the life lessons you shared with them. Perhaps it was their way of being generous, their patience, or their way of loving you unconditionally. All of that remains alive in you because it is part of the purpose I have for you. Nothing taught by someone you loved is lost. It continues to bear fruit in your life, even if you don't realize it. I want you to take a moment to think about a specific lesson that person left you. Perhaps it was a lesson on patience, forgiveness, or unconditional love. That lesson continues to guide your actions, even if you don't always notice it. I want you to know that I allowed that person to be in your life so that you could learn exactly what you needed, and those teachings are engraved in your heart forever. If you have ever learned something that stays with you today, right, thank you for that teaching, Lord. It is not easy to lose someone so important, but when you reflect on what they left behind, you realize they are still present in your life. I want you to remember this every time you feel alone. That person didn't just leave memories, but valuable lessons that continue to shape you. Even in moments of doubt, you realize their words and actions continue to give you direction. The legacy they left is not just for you, but for everyone around you. Everything you learn from them, you share, live, and pass on to others. In this way, that person's life continues to impact many more people than you can imagine. The legacy of love, faith, and perseverance they left is a living part of you. If you believe that person's legacy lives on in you, right, the legacy continues. Dear child, I would really appreciate your help in liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on the notification bell. I will be eternally grateful to you for this. Dear child, I know your heart is wounded by the loss, and I want you to know that it is completely natural to feel pain. Grief is a process that I have allowed so that your soul may find healing. Sometimes it seems that the pain has no end, that the memories weigh more than you can bear. But let me tell you something important. I am with you in this process, holding you up when you can't go on. Grief is not a sign of weakness, it is proof of how much you loved. If it hurts, it's because that person meant so much to you, and that is something beautiful. But I want you to understand that the pain will not last forever. I am here to help you heal, little by little. I don't want you to sink into sadness. Instead, I invite you to give me that pain so that together we can transform it into something lighter, something you can carry with peace. Crying is okay. Don't be ashamed of your tears. Every tear is a prayer that I hear, a way to release the pain you carry inside. When you feel like you can't go on, come to me. I am here to comfort you, to embrace you, and remind you that you are not alone in your pain. This is a stage you must go through, but you will never do it without me by your side. If you believe that God is with you in your grief, right, I am not alone, God sustains me. The process of overcoming grief can be long, but trust that each day, with my help, you will feel a little stronger. As you begin to accept that person's departure, you will start to remember the happy moments more than the sad ones. That is part of the healing I offer you. Don't rush, don't push yourself. I know it hurts, but I am here, working in your heart, giving you comfort with every step. Eventually, the pain will turn into a soft memory, and although there will always be a part of you that misses that person, there will also be a deep peace that only I can give you. That peace is my gift to you, the promise that life doesn't end here, and that one day we will all be reunited in my presence. If you trust that peace will come, right, I trust in your peace, Lord. Dear child, I want you to focus now on the joy that person brought into your life. Even though their departure has left a void, their life was a gift full of beautiful moments that should be celebrated. I don't want you to only remember the end of their time here, but every smile, every laugh shared, every hug. All those moments are treasures I have placed in your heart to live forever. It is easy to fall into sadness when someone we love is no longer here, but I invite you to look beyond the pain and see the richness of what you shared. I was present in every joyful moment you lived together. Those moments do not disappear, they remain part of you, like indelible marks that will always accompany you. Every time you remember a special day with that person, those are memories I allow to blossom in your mind so you know their life had a purpose. I want you to think about one of those happy days. Do you remember how you felt? That joy has not disappeared. It is still alive in you, and in every moment you shared with that person, I am present. I created laughter, love, and all those feelings of happiness to endure, even when they can no longer be physically with you. If you believe that those moments are still alive in you, right, life continues in my memories. Sometimes we focused so much on the pain of loss that we forget how many blessings that person brought to our lives. But I ask you to celebrate their life, to talk about them, to share their stories, to laugh remembering those moments you shared. It's not disrespectful to celebrate their life. In fact, it's what I want for you. I want you to find peace in knowing that their life had an impact, not just on you, but on everyone who knew them. Your pain won't disappear overnight, but I want you to also make room for celebration. There is so much to be grateful for. The life you lived together was a gift that cannot be measured. Every day you remember their life with joy, you are honoring the purpose I gave them, and that brings light to your path. Remember that life, although short in this world, is eternal in my kingdom. If you feel that person's life should be celebrated, right, I celebrate your life, Lord. Think about how that person impacted others. They weren't just important to you, their life was a blessing to everyone around them. That is something worth celebrating. I want you to see beyond the pain and focus on the joy their life brought to the world. Their time here was a testament to my love, and though they are no longer here, that testament continues to bear fruit. Each time you feel sad about their absence, also remember the moments you shared, the laughter, the adventures, the challenges you overcame together. That's the life I want you to remember, because by celebrating their life, you are also celebrating my work in them and in you. If you feel joy in remembering their life, right, joy lives on in my heart. My child, through this journey of love, loss, and memory, I have been shaping you. The person you were before you met that special person and the person you are today are different because every experience you have lived has made you grow. The pain of loss is part of that growth. I do not allow you to go through this process just for suffering. There is something greater I want you to discover within yourself. Each time you overcome a difficult moment, you become stronger. But it is not just your own strength that sustains you, but the strength I give you. I am teaching you that even in the midst of loss and sadness, you can flourish. The person you loved so much left a mark on you that pushes you to be better, to move forward, and to learn lessons that can only be discovered through this process. Those lessons are mine, and I have placed them on your path so that you continue to grow. I want you to stop for a moment and think, in what ways have you changed since that person is no longer here? Maybe you feel wiser, stronger, or even more empathetic towards others. That is my work in you. The growth I am bringing into your life is the fruit of the experiences you have lived, and that person played a key role in it. I want you to see your own growth as a sign that you are never alone on this journey. If you feel that you have grown through your experiences, right, I am growing with God. Sometimes, pain can cloud your vision and make you feel that there is no room for growth, but I tell you that growth happens even in the darkest moments. Like a seed that germinates in the earth, you need to go through this process to flourish into something even more beautiful. That person you loved was an important part of your life, and their influence remains part of that growth. No matter how difficult the road may be, I am with you every step of the way. As you continue to move forward, you will see how today's pain becomes tomorrow's wisdom. The growth I am bringing into your life is not just for you, but also so that you can help others who are going through the same thing. Your experiences, your learnings, your pain, all of it has a purpose in my plan for you. If you trust that your growth has a purpose, right, my life has a purpose in God. I want you to remember, my child, that life is not a solitary journey. Everything you have lived, everything you have learned from that person and from me has a purpose. The growth I am fostering in you is so that you live fully, so that you move forward with confidence, knowing that everything is under my care. Don't fear what the future may bring. Instead, embrace the growth I am bringing into your life. Every day you wake up, remember that you are being guided by me. I am here to help you turn every experience into an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to draw closer to me. That person you love so much is still part of your growth because I have woven their life into yours in a way that will never fade. If you believe that God is guiding your growth, right, God guides my path. My dear child, I know that the loss of someone you love can feel like a very heavy burden. In those moments, I want you to remember something very important. You don't have to carry that weight alone. I am here, waiting for you to give me your worries, your fears, and your sorrows. That is my promise to you, my child. I will always be by your side, willing to carry the weight that seems unbearable. I invite you to trust me with your burdens. I know that sometimes it seems impossible to let go of the pain or worry. You may think that if you let go, you will be forgetting that person or that, in some way, you are betraying the love you felt for them. But I tell you this, giving me your burdens does not mean forgetting, it means trusting me enough to let me heal your heart. Every time you give me your pain, I am working to transform it into peace and strength. Instead of carrying that weight alone, I want you to trust in my power to heal you. Grief is not something you can resolve on your own. It is a process that requires my guidance, my love, and my strength. I offer you rest when you feel tired, peace when you are overwhelmed, and hope when everything seems dark. Don't carry more than you can bear, my child, because I am here for you. If you believe that you can give your burdens to God, right, I trust in you, Lord. Each time you feel the weight is too great, stop and come to me. Pause in the midst of your pain and say, God, I give this to you. I will hear you. I don't want you to keep struggling alone with the weight of sadness or fear of the future. Those are burdens that I can carry for you if you allow me. When you give them to me, I take that pain and transform it into something you can carry with peace. Giving your burdens to me is not an act of weakness, it is an act of faith. It is recognizing that there are things you cannot change, but also knowing that I am in charge of everything. When you give me your worries, you open your heart to receive my peace. That peace does not come from the world, but from me, and I give it to you freely when you allow me to. If you believe in the peace that God can give you, right, God, give me your peace. Every day, I invite you to practice giving me those burdens. It's not necessary to do it only in moments of great sadness. You can also do it on quieter days when you simply feel overwhelmed by the little things in life. There is no burden too small or too great for me. I take care of you in every detail. Remember, you are not called to carry all the burdens on your own. I am here to help you. When you feel exhausted, remember that you have a safe place in me. I can give you renewed strength and a clear vision that, although it hurts today, there is a greater purpose I am fulfilling in your life. If you feel that God can renew your strength, right, God gives me new strength. As you continue giving me your burdens, you will begin to feel lighter. Not because the problems disappear, but because you know you are not alone in facing them. I am here, holding you and guiding you. And I promise you this, my child, no matter how heavy the burden, I will always be by your side to help you carry it. My child, I want to talk to you now about something that is often difficult to understand, the purpose behind life and death. I know that the death of someone you love may seem incomprehensible, as if it were an abrupt and painful end. But I want you to know that there is a greater purpose in everything that happens, even in death. Nothing happens outside of my control, and death is not the end, but the beginning of a new stage of eternal life that I have prepared for all my children. Every life has a purpose, and every departure does too. Even though it hurts right now, I want you to trust that I, the creator of life, know what I am doing. The life you shared with that person was not in vain. Their time on earth fulfilled the plan I had for them, and now they are in a place of rest, surrounded by my love. For you, it may seem like an end. For them, it is the beginning of an eternity without pain or suffering. Death is just a transition, a door that leads to a much more beautiful and fulfilling place than this earthly world. I want you to remember that I have prepared a special place for each of my children. A place where there are no more tears or pain, only peace and happiness in my presence. Death is painful for those who remain, but it is a glorious welcome for those who come home with me. If you believe that life after death is real, right, God is waiting for me with love. I ask you, my child, can you trust that my plan for life and death is good? Even if you don't always understand why someone you loved had to leave, I want you to know that I haven't left anything to chance. Every life I create has a purpose, and every death has its perfect time. I don't want you to see death as a senseless end, but as part of a journey that all my children must take to be with me. The pain you feel now will be replaced by the joy of knowing that life does not end here. There is more, much more, than you can see with your earthly eyes. I want you to live your life with the certainty that, in the end, everything you love and everything you have lost will be restored in my presence. There, we will all be reunited, and there will be no more separation. If you trust that God has a purpose for every life, right, I trust in your plan, Lord. In the meantime, I ask you to live your life with purpose. Take advantage of every day I have given you to love, to learn, and to grow. Life is a gift that should be lived fully, but never forget that it is only a part of a much bigger story. I have plans for you, plans to prosper you and give you hope. The person you have lost is now at peace, and I want you to live with the certainty that you will also be there when your time comes. My purpose for you is to live with faith and hope, knowing that life does not end in death. Every day is an opportunity to get closer to me and to love those around you. When your time comes, I will be waiting for you with open arms, just as I now have that person you miss so much in my arms. If you believe that God has plans for your life, right, God has a purpose for me. Dear child, today I want you to focus on the promise I have made you from the beginning. One day, you will see again all those you have loved and who have gone before you. This is not a forever goodbye. It is a temporary farewell. The eternity I have prepared for you is a place of reunion, a place where there will be no more tears or suffering. I am preparing a home for you, a home where you will be reunited with your loved ones, and we will live together forever. I know the pain of separation is hard to bear, but I want you to hold on to this promise. It is not the end. Every day you spend in this life, you are getting closer to that glorious moment when you will be reunited with those you have lost. There is no final goodbye for those who love me because I have conquered death and given you eternal life. I want you to live with the certainty that the love you shared with that person is still alive, and one day you will experience it together, in my presence. Think about the joy of that reunion. All the moments of sadness and pain will fade away in an instant when you see face to face with those you love. I have designed eternity as a place of perfect happiness and unity. Death does not have the final word. My love and eternal life are more powerful. So, as you move forward with your life, keep your eyes on the hope of the reunion that awaits you. If you believe there will be a reunion in eternity, right, God promises me a reunion. Life on earth is only part of your journey, and although it may sometimes seem long and full of challenges, I want you to know that what I have prepared for you in eternity is infinitely better. I want you to trust that every tear you have shed, every pain you have felt, will be rewarded with an indescribable joy when you are in my kingdom. The person you have lost is safe in my arms, and they are waiting for you with love and peace. I know it's hard to live with the pain of absence, but I want you to look ahead with hope. This world is only temporary, but the eternity I have for you is everlasting. When the time comes for you to leave, you will not be afraid. because you will know that I am waiting for you, along with all those who have gone before you. Your life is part of an eternal plan, and that plan culminates in union with me and your loved ones forever. If you believe that eternity is a place of reunion, right, I wait with faith, Lord. In the meantime, I want you to live your life on earth with purpose and hope for the future. Don't rush to leave this world, because each day here is an opportunity to grow and to love those around you. But don't cling to fear or pain either, because what comes next is much better than you can imagine. This life is just a chapter in an eternal story that I am writing with you. Each time you feel the absence of that person, I want you to hold on to my promise. This separation is not forever. You will live together again in a place where pain no longer exists and time has no end. That is my promise to you, a promise that will not change and that will be fulfilled. So, continue with faith, knowing that your final destination is a place of perfect peace and love. If you believe in God's promise for eternity, right, I trust in your promise, Lord. My child, the pain you feel now is real, and I see it. I don't ask you to ignore your sadness or to hide it, because I know how deep that pain is. But I also want you to know that the pain you feel will not last forever. I have the power to transform your pain into hope. What today seems like an insurmountable burden, tomorrow will be a source of strength and peace. I am working in your heart, even when you cannot see it. Grief is a path that you do not walk alone. I am walking with you, holding your hand, and making sure that every step you take, though difficult, brings you closer to the peace I promise you. Every tear you have shed is collected by me, and I use it to water the seed of hope I have planted in your heart. That seed will grow, and one day your pain will be replaced by a peace you cannot imagine now. I know that, at this moment, the pain seems overwhelming, but I ask you to trust me. I do not waste any suffering. Every moment of pain you experience has a purpose. I am shaping your heart, strengthening your faith, and preparing something beautiful in you. What is dark today will be light tomorrow. That is my promise, my child. There is no darkness so great that I cannot transform it into light. If you believe that God can transform your pain, right, God transforms my pain into hope. Every day that passes, I am working to transform your heart. As you hold on to me, you will begin to feel small moments of peace. Maybe not all the time, but little by little, you will see how the weight of the pain becomes lighter. That is my work in you, my child. I want you to have hope, because what seems impossible to overcome today will be a victory you will celebrate with me tomorrow. Sometimes the pain is so deep that it seems it will never end. But I want you to know that nothing lasts forever, not even suffering. I am here to heal you, to transform your pain into something beautiful. One day you will look back and see how I have guided you through it all, how I have held you when you couldn't go on. That will be the day when you understand that all along, I was working in your life, transforming pain into hope. If you believe that God is healing your heart, right, God heals my heart. With time, the pain you feel now will be replaced by a greater hope. That hope is my gift to you. I don't want you to live in darkness, but to walk towards the light I offer you. That light is not just for the future, but for your life here and now. I am bringing hope into your life, a hope that cannot be shaken by circumstances because it comes from me. I want you to know that there is no pain I cannot heal. Even the darkest moments of your life are part of a greater plan that I have for you. Keep trusting in me, my child, because I am working in your life in ways you cannot yet see. But I promise you this, the pain will not last forever. The hope I offer you is eternal, and it is available to you today. If you believe in the hope God gives you, right, I trust in God's hope. Dear child, I know the path to healing can be difficult, and sometimes forgiveness is a crucial part of that process. Today I want to talk to you about the power of forgiveness, both for yourself and for others. When you lose someone, there may be unresolved issues, unspoken words, or even resentments that you still carry. I want to free you from that burden. I want you to learn to forgive, not only to honor that person, but so that your heart is free from any bitterness. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting what has happened or minimizing the pain you may have felt. Forgiveness is an act of release. It is letting go of the pain or resentment that may remain. I know that sometimes you may feel that forgiving is difficult, but when you give me those wounds, I give you the strength to truly forgive. Forgiveness opens the door for peace to enter your heart and heal what has been hurt. When you think of the person you have lost, ask yourself if there is something you have not forgiven, either towards them or yourself. I want you to know that there is nothing that cannot be healed by my love. If you feel that you left something unsaid, or if there is any regret, come to me. I am here to give you the forgiveness you need to move forward. I don't want you to carry that weight any longer. If you feel you need God's strength to forgive, write, God, give me the strength to forgive. Forgiveness is not something you can do on your own strength. It is a gift I give you when you come to me with an open heart. The act of forgiving is a way of letting go, of trusting that I am in control of everything. No matter what has happened in the past, I want you to look forward with a heart free of resentments. Let my love cleanse any wounds so that you can live with peace and joy. Sometimes, forgiveness is also for yourself. Maybe you blame yourself for not having done more or for not having said certain things. But my child, I want you to know that you don't need to carry that guilt. I don't want you to live with chains of regret. Forgive yourself, just as I have already forgiven you. My love for you is greater than any mistake you think you have made. My desire is for you to live free from anything that keeps you from experiencing my peace. If you believe you need to forgive yourself, write, God, help me forgive myself. Forgiveness is a process, and it's okay if it doesn't happen right away. Every day that you give me your pain and resentment, you are taking another step toward freedom. I am here to walk with you on this journey. Don't rush, but don't stop either. Keep trusting in me, because forgiveness will allow you to heal in a way that nothing else can. When your heart is free from resentments, you will experience a peace that only I can give you. In forgiveness, you will find a door to the healing you long for. Sometimes healing does not mean just stopping feeling pain, but also letting go of any burden that prevents you from living fully. Forgiveness is a powerful tool I have given you so that you can release what no longer serves you and make room in your heart for joy and peace. Don't hold on to resentment, my child. Leave it in my hands. If you believe that forgiveness is the path to healing, write, forgiveness brings peace to my life.